Good evening, all. Warm welcome to Emertxe's monthly course demo webinar. My name is Jayakumar. I'll be part of the host for this evening. So, along with me, my colleague Mubeen also will be there. He should be joining shortly. So, this particular webinar we host every month, typically towards the end of the month. And this is the target audience are the one who are already reached out to us, showed interest to our course. But what happens during the counseling session or you had a conversation, some information definitely our counselor would have shared you, but still there could be some questions which are unanswered from your point of view. Okay. So that's the objective where we host this webinar on a monthly basis and share more details about how this course is going to be delivered to you. Again, this is divided into 3 sections. To start with, we'll understand about what is happening in the job market, where it is heading, what is the recession, these aspects we'll spend some time. And then subsequently, we move on to the course delivery part, especially the online delivery, how it's going to work. Some of you may be interested in joining online. We'll do that. And then the third portion, we'll come back again and discuss placements more from the process point of view. How does the placement process works and things like that. So these 3 are the major focus of this particular workshop. The first section, that is, job market and updates, I'll be covering. The second section about the course delivery, my colleague Mubeen will be presenting that. And then subsequently, the third section, I will take over. So this is the overall structure. Now we are going to present. And very important thing here is to ask questions. Definitely, I'm sure all of you have a lot of questions, especially with the recession is on. There'll be tons of questions in your mind. And ask as many questions as you can. We will ensure that all the questions are answered by the end of the session. Okay. And what I do is like every 3 segment I mentioned, every segment end, I'll pause and take some questions. But you don't need to wait as and when we are presenting or something there in your mind already. You don't need to wait. Just like that, you can go ahead and type the question in the chat window. Okay. So that, we will pick it up whenever there is a, you can do that. Yeah, that's what I'm asking. So I'm seeking to join the course. I have some questions to ask. So can I ask you now or you let me know? You can start asking Harsh. Right, I'll answer it up. Right, you don't need to wait. Just keep on typing the questions. I'll read some of them, but whenever I pause, I'll answer them and then move on. Okay, that's going to be the pattern, and that's the fun part, right? You don't want to make the session boring with the slides and things like that, right? It should be engaging. We should be having a conversation. It's a 2-way conversation, right? So ask as many questions as possible. It may not be, questions may not be something great, right? Ask very simple, very silly if you feel that, or if you see that something miscellaneous also, it can be there. So important part is you should be very clear. And what I tell in our course demo webinar is, see, you're attending this webinar to get some information, right? But not necessary that you need to join our course, right? Take it as a more of an informative session where you just let your mind open up and explore the possibilities. And we always tell in the webinar, you are the best decision maker. We can all, myself and Mubeen, will try our level best to share the information as much as we can. But ultimately, who is the owner for your career? It's you. Right? So our goal is not only talk about the course and explain you details, which anyways we will do, but our idea is to go beyond that. Okay? Give you some career perspective, where the industry is heading, where are the jobs are coming from, etc., etc. So you build there's a takeaway beyond that. So that's the overall goal. With that, let me go and start the presentation for today. Give me a minute. Let me pull up. So as I said, warm welcome to the course demo webinar. So let me briefly introduce about Emertxe. Some of you already know, would have heard about us. We are an edtech company. We have been in this education segment almost for 20 years now. At a high level, we aspire to solve 2 problems. One is the employability. As you know, India has become a country of engineers, where every year, roughly around 12 or 15 lakh graduates are coming out of the engineering colleges, in which very minuscule percentage of them are having the employable skills. Many of them would have got a degree, would have got a good grades also, gotten many certifications also. But when it comes to employability, where practically to apply your learnings, we see a gap. Okay. In the similar lines, some of them even get placed by the campus interview or off-campus interview, get into a job. But what happens, the job profile that the company is offering, it is basically not suiting to your aspirations. There is an aspirational mismatch. For example, somebody might have studied electrical engineering, but might be working as a marketing executive, or they may be doing certain technical support type of roles. Because when you get a joining in your campus interview, for example, it's not necessary that you will be working in a core company. And majority of the companies which hire even at the campus also, they're all from IT companies, right? So what happens to those people? They are not satisfied with their current job role, so they wanted to upskill themselves and move towards the what you call into the core side. So we train them up and in the mode of upskilling. So technology wise, we focus on three technologies: embedded systems, IoT, and full stack web development. And any program that we do, any target audience we deliver, we always believe in making the education hands-on. You can see there's a hand making a pot. That's what we do. So we believe the fact that you cannot basically make a pot without dirtying your hand. So if you want to become an embedded engineer or a full stack engineer or an IoT engineer, you can only become one if you make your hands dirty, learn things in a practical way. So that's our approach towards learning. So talking about our leadership team, three of us are part of Emertxe's leadership team. Maz is the founder and the managing director of Emertxe. He's the one who started Emertxe 20 years back. And then me, Jayakumar, I'm part of the leadership team here. I have overall more than 23 years of work experience. I graduated from NIT Warangal in the year 97-2001 in computer science BTech. I see some of you from the Warangal town where I studied. Then I came to Bangalore. I've been working here almost for 23 years, right? I've been in the city ever since I started my career. In that, it can be divided into two major segments. The first 12.5 years, I was working as a part of the corporate organizations. Started off my career with a startup called Ishoni Networks. Worked on broadband networking protocols, test automation frameworks, etc. I worked there for 2 years. Then I quit Ishoni, went to HP Hewlett Packard, where I spent about 7.5 years. I was part of HP's printer firmware team, where we were working on basically the connectivity, firmware or connectivity embedded software for HP printers, involving various devices and protocols and middleware, etc. I spent 7.5 years there, joined as one of the entry-level engineers and became a manager by the time I finished. And after HP, I went into Huawei. Huawei was more of a senior leadership role, where I spent about 3.5 years heading their embedded Linux portfolio. I was responsible for customizing Linux for various Huawei's product lines. I was there for 3.5 years. Then put together, you can see that 12.5 years I was spent with these three organizations. Then I always wanted to do something, which always, been close to my heart. Education is definitely one, and entrepreneurship is the second one. I come from a family of educators. Good number of my family are teachers, are involved in the education areas. So I thought, why don't I combine that with whatever I learned in engineering and convert it as an entrepreneurial venture. So that's why Emertxe has happened. I knew Emertxe for a long time. Maz is my good friend from the year 2006. Then I was, working in the corporate segment, and I made a transition to corporate to my entrepreneurial venture. I moved to Emertxe full time in the year 2014. I've been here for more than 10 years now. I played different roles over the years. Initially, I was mentor. Along with me, Mubeen and me used to be the, senior mentors, you can say. But after that, I moved on to take different responsibilities. So basically, the placement is one of my key portfolio. Apart from that, I drive all the outbound activities in Emertxe, be it internship, webinars like this, right? So that's what I do. So it's always fun to interact with new people. That's the reason why we join every time, right? The Q&A basically makes it very interesting, not the slides, right? Slides pretty much remain the same. So my request to all of you is that ask as many questions as possible to make it interesting. So let's make it like very much an interactive session. So I would like to pause here and request Mubeen to introduce yourself. Mubeen, can you go ahead and introduce?
Sure. Good evening all, and welcome to today's course demo webinar. Let me briefly introduce myself. I work as a technology head at Emertxe currently. I'm a computer science graduate. It's been 20 years since I completed my engineering. And after that, I worked in Emertxe as a software engineer for a period of almost 1.5 to 2 years as a fresher. And primarily, I contributed to developing software on the Linux platform as well as open source applications. And during my tenure initially at Emertxe, I worked on different technologies, including device drivers, EDA tools, Bluetooth applications, etc., as well as embedded systems. And since then, I moved to different companies, including Novell and HP. At HP, I was one of the lead engineers for HP print scan fax device drivers on Linux. I worked there for more than 4 years, and after some time, I realized that I wanted to try something on the entrepreneurial side. So I quit HP and joined Emertxe as one of the partners, and it's been more than, I would say, 14 years and part of Emertxe as a technology head. So at Emertxe, I primarily manage the technical team who are responsible for delivering the various training programs to freshers as well as working professionals. So I'd be happy to engage in this workshop, wherein whatever questions related to the course you have, you can feel free to ask. Meanwhile, I'll also share a quick overview about what you're going to learn as part of the course, what is the learning methodology we follow, and a brief about, I'll share a brief video about how the online courses look like. Many of you have questions related to how the online training is delivered. And I'll also share some of the platform related, I'll also share our LMS platform, how it looks like and what all resources you can access, how you can engage with us during the course. So this is what I'm going to do as part of this session today. So happy to have you all. Over to you, Jay. Please continue.
Yeah, thank you, Mubeen. As I said, I'll cover the first portion, then Mubeen will take over on the course delivery and the learning pedagogy aspects, right? So let us move on. One of the key things that we established over the past 20 plus years is a solid set of companies whom we have partnered with in the placement side. So predominantly these companies hire our students as a part of their embedded engineer openings, entry-level engineer openings, right, or a little bit senior engineer openings, depending on the profile. And these organizations are, I would say, can be bucketized into 4 areas. One is what you call as an MNCs, are the companies which are having their R&D center in Bangalore. For example, companies like Qualcomm, Infineon, LG, Ingersoll Rand, Continental, Toshiba, they all come under Honeywell. They come under that particular bucket. What you call MNC companies. Second one, there are companies who are India-based. They have their headquarters in India, but they're doing embedded work. They're services companies, but they do embedded work. For example, Sasken, L&T, Tech Mahindra. These type of companies, they have their, they're Indian-based companies, but they're still doing a lot of India work, right? And then third type of companies are nothing but startups who are very small, working on niche areas. For example, Sirena Technology is one of them, working in the robotics area. Radis is one of them, right? And there are certain niche companies, fourth category, they're working on very, very, advanced and a very, latest technology. For example, Mahindra Electric is one of them, and who are into EV and related space, right? So like that, even if you look at Tata Technologies, Tata Advanced Systems, Tata Power, this type of companies basically working on a very niche area. Even though the Tata name or a Mahindra name is popular among us, they created these new entities to work on the cutting edge of the next generation production solutions. So this is what, a snapshot of companies. You can see our website to get the entire details. For example, Indian consumer giant, all of you know, we use the boat, right, products. And then even look at like a battery company like Excite, who are like traditionally manufacturing batteries with the, EVs coming in. These companies altogether got a new dimension in terms of storing the, battery power, and then establishing various charging stations and all, right. The business model itself is going through a lot of change, even company like Havels, etc., right. So like that, you can see tons of organizations here, the logos. You can go and check in our website. Pretty much all the data what we have in our website is latest one. This could be a little older one. We even maintain, which company came and what day, which company selected what. Our entire placement information is available in our website. You can go and check. Okay. Now, when we talk about this, job market trends, which is the first one, let us, get the big elephant out of the room, is nothing but recession. Okay. So the recession is been there. Definitely, we cannot hide away or run away. Ever since, this year started, it's been quite strong. In fact, last year itself, there were signs of the recession coming up. So recession is nothing but reduced economic activities, where everybody is trying to basically become conservative and not, going into investment or growth mode. They would like to sustain because of, relatively lesser economic activities. And definitely that affects the job market. Either companies are not hiring, are the people whom they already hired. They're not able to continue. They end up basically doing layoffs. You will see every other day news is coming in our information coming in our newspapers, TV channels, WhatsApp, etc., where companies are either laying off their employees or at a fresher level. For example, the students, they come and select in the campus interviews, but they're not getting joining dates. Right? So that's what's happening in the job market broadly. But let us look into it slightly different, because the jobs that we are targeting, for our students are people who are going to be part of this course is slightly different. Right? Let us look into that. Right? So we are targeting not the traditional IT companies or companies who are doing largely in the IT services space. Right? We are mainly targeting companies who are working in the semiconductor and the device sector. If you look at the semiconductor and device sector as such, it is growing at a very healthy pace. For example, initially, look at 2018 to 22, it is growing around 10% or 9.8% there, which is kind of doubling in these years, 2022 onwards. So it is growing at a pretty fast pace, where by the end of 2026, it is expected to generate 2.88 lakhs. The 288 is nothing but the number in thousands. You can say 288 K jobs that are going to get generated. Okay, so this is a very important point of perspective is there, because even though there's a broadly recession is there, the India electronic story remains intact. I had to check today evening, go back home and check little detail, because today budget was sent by our finance minister, right, in the parliament. I need to go and see, because electronics is one segment people are bullish about establishing the manufacturing in India, doing the entire product development in India, etc. So that way, definitely you can see this sector becoming bullish, and it is going to grow well in the next 3 to 4 years. And even among the number of jobs which are part of that particular electronics and semiconductor device thing, right? So today the job is divided between 65 and 35. 65 is in the embedded software side and 35 in the hardware or VLSI side. So which is, as we look forward, the embedded system jobs are continuing to go up. And also you can see 5% jobs, it is called as AI and ML software engineer. So you may be wondering how all of a sudden we talk about embedded industry and device and semiconductor industry, then how come AI and ML coming into picture there? Kindly note, AI and ML are going to be there across the industries. It's not only electronics or semiconductor, right? Across the industries. Definitely, that's what that 5% we talk about. And we're also seeing companies, the job descriptions where the embedded thing and the AI things are coming together. In fact, some of the startups, as I said, niche companies which they hire our students, but they're working on a combination of embedded and AI. And I already told them, right, whoever gets into such role, ensure that you are lucky, because future is going to be AI, or already AI is sitting in our front desk already, right? But combining with embedded, you can really build a long-term career. So the sector is looking definitely bullish. More jobs are going to come in the future. Leaving the recession apart, I'm not ruling out the recession. Recession is definitely there. I'll also show because of that, how kind of an impact that we are having in our placements. Right? Definitely there is an impact. Okay? We cannot say the whole world is recession, but Emertxe is not under recession. That's actually not at all the right statement to make. We are facing the recession, but there are two advantages here. One is like compared to the general IT or the software job market, right? Our job market is doing much better. Okay, so you always see with respect to comparison, right? One thing. Second thing, even among other institutions where they're offering such courses, right? Compared to them also, we are getting much more placement opportunities and come. So those two are the good news, but definitely, recession is not so good news. But having said that, we cannot stop doing it. For example, since the recession is there, I will not do anything. We cannot be like, in fact, we will do all the more, right? By focusing on skill building. That's what we are doing. And companies are also recognizing our efforts. And I don't know how many of you seen this news last week or so. You can see 10th or 11th June. There was a news saying that India semiconductor industry needs 3 lakh skilled people by 2027. The one which I showed you the graph previously. Pretty much that is available as a press release, right? But here also the challenge is basically not enough skilled engineers available. We have in quantity, right? As I said, every year we produce around 15 lakhs engineers, right? We have in quantity, but what about quality and skills? So that's where the challenge is, and that's where you guys thinking about doing a course in the direction upskilling yourself is a very good sign, because there's a very much possibility that you can very well part of this particular revolution and grow your career very well. Talking about placements, basically this is the type of numbers or statistics which is shown in every webinar. Some of you might be attending second time, third time also, just to verify that whatever I'm presenting is correct or not, or you wanted to get some more questions clarified, whatever it is, right? If you look at 2022 and 2023, we kind of hitting 100% companies per month. That's used to be run rate. And if you look at April 2022, it went to 130 companies. Right? But if you look at the green ones, which is nothing but 2024, when the year started, January, it was still okay. But if you look at from February onwards, February, March onwards, right, you can see slowly the impact of recession started coming. So we are definitely falling short of the original idea that we had about 100 companies. But yeah, as I said, no, comparatively, we are doing much better. Hope, by next quarter, today is like, third quarter, we just started, right? Hopefully this particular August, September, July, August, September, this quarter should be better. That's what we are feeling. Let us wait and see, right? So what we are doing from Emertxe's standpoint is we are trying our level best, to bring in more companies. Our placement team is always on it. And more importantly, our mentors are really committed to ensuring that students are prepared well. Because the recession also brought in what? Lesser number of jobs is chased by more number of people. It creates a lot of competition. So because of this competition, companies also have raised their expectation. So what our mentoring team ensures that they can time to time they conduct preparation sessions, mock interviews, and special sessions to ensure that students are very well prepared. So as you can see the statistics are concerned, July we still have another week left. We already have around 45 companies visited us. Hopefully, it will reach around 60 or 70. That's what we're looking forward. But hopefully, by as we move forward, things should become better. Okay. Now, you may be asking, sir, yes, this looks fine, but what are the success stories recently? Again, that success story also available in our social media. I just taken some of the information from our social media website. Let me just show you guys. So basically, when it's a success story, we show in multiple categories. First category that I'm going to show is nothing but students who are freshers, but they got selected in our placements, right? They're all just 2023 pass out, 24 they're just joining. They're all more 23 and 22 year pass out students, right? Okay, so that's what it is. So you can see here Harsha, he recently got placed with a company called Chelsea Communications, which is again one of the niche networking companies who've been regularly hiring from us. He got selected for 11 lakhs salary package and he joined, I think, 2 weeks back. So along with Harsha, we also have Kausika Veluswamy, and in fact, she did her master's in Italy. Like she came back and she was like, companies felt that she's overqualified. She was also from older batch of pass out. All those challenges were there, but by focusing on the course and building a skill set, along with Kaushik, she also got placed for 12.5 lakh salary. Similarly, we have Sufyan from Sangli, Maharashtra. He got placed for microchip for 10 lakhs. Guys, these are very recent data. Okay, whatever my knowledge goes. Okay, I collected from a team. But don't worry, you can go to our Instagram page. I don't know whether you subscribe to our Instagram. Let me just show you guys our Instagram page. Emertxe IT is the handle. You can just go ahead and check. All the placement information is already provided there. Okay, let me just search for Emertxe. So I'm just taking the data from here only, whatever our team has published, right? So are you already following us in Instagram? That's great. You can see, right, whatever I showed you. We keep them posted on a daily or weekly basis like this, right? Past batch students, etc. I've just taken the data. But if you want, definitely you can go visit our Instagram page. So this also brings me to an interesting question, asking, are you already following us or not in Instagram? So let me run a quick poll and then take your opinion on it. Okay. Are you already following us in? Let's see. I'm just initiating a poll. It'll come to your screen. Just answer this question. Are you already following us in Instagram? Yes, no. Let us see. How many are going to vote? Wow. Okay. Oh, some of them are not. Okay. It's like a vote that is going on. 56 are saying yes. 44 are saying no. Now it's getting closer. 55, 45. Mostly saying yes. In case you are not, okay, let me wait for a minute and then publish the result. Still students are voting. In case you are not subscribed, just go and search for Emertxe IT, EMERTXE IT. I'll also share the link once again. You can go ahead and subscribe to our Instagram page where we keep posted all the placement results. So let me publish our poll results now. 53% of them are telling yes, and 46 are telling no. Okay, that's fine. Publish it. Hope we're able to see the results now. Let's get back. Right. And show you guys with the success stories are showing, right? So then, the same thing, what is there in Instagram. So these are the students who are from the latest era pass, that is 2023, right? We have Ramesh from, Anna Sahib Dange, College of Engineering Technology, Asta, Maharashtra. He got selected for an IoT World, a company for 4 LPA salary. Then we have Pramod from KLS Gopte. He got certain GL Communication for 4.2 lakh salary. We have Vinita Chevruvu from Gates Institute of Technology. She again got selected with GL Communication. You can see, right? June, July data. Then we have Srivardhan from Sri Kamala and Sri Venkatappa M. Agadi College of Engineering and Technology, Mallapur, KA. She got selected in Lekha Wireless for 4 lakhs. Then you have Sapna from Basaveshwar Engineering College, again Lekha Wireless. Sanjay from Bapu's Institute of Technology, Hummingbird Systems. Then Divya from Government Engineering College, Bargur. She got selected with Adya Aerospace. Charan Kumar from Sri Rama Engineering College, Tirupati. Tata Advanced System, as one of the Tata's leading edge companies who will work in next generation solutions. We are set for 5 LPA and things like that. So these are all more freshers who just finished their engineering, or rather the previous year ones have got placed. And if you look at the senior people, right, for the working professionals, what we say, we say it is a career transition. So when it's a career transition, what happens? They're already in the job, but as I mentioned, they're not happy with the job. So what they done, they joined our course. Then they kind of became successful. So these are the students who are working and then achieved. You can see, right, the old company what they were and where the new companies. He was working in some textiles company as a service engineer. Now with Lumas, he's become a working professional with a 4.5 lakh salary. So as with Nirmala, she was associate engineer in Tech Mahindra. Now she's an embedded professional in L&T services. So Vishnu, again, he was a caliber interconnect. Now he has got placed in a company called Toyama. Then Dinesh from L&T associate engineer to SRM Tech. Again, L&T, you can see sometimes the right side and sometimes in the left side. Here it's left side because he might have got deployed in an application related project, right? They may be having all the projects. But when we place you, we ensure that you are placing in the core job. So similarly, student like Manoj, Krishnamurthy, Srikar Desai, right? So this is some of the examples of the students who are working professionals who achieve the career transition. Now, other category of students, we get them. They are called as career break students who has taken a break in their career due to many reasons. For example, typically we see girl students take break because they get married, they relocate, they have kids, etc. For example, guys also may have similar reasons. For example, they're preparing for GATE, they're preparing for IAS, etc. So because of which you have got into a career, break. So these are the students who even after 3-year, 4-year type of a job, things. For example, you can see Muhammad Najib, he resumed career after 3 years of break. So as with Surya, right, 4 years back, says Manikandan, right? Anita is selling after 3 years. Again, Apurva is also from 3 years, like that, right? So these are all what we call career transition students, where they were doing something in a particular company. Now they are moved to a different company and doing a different job. So that's what they're doing. Okay, let me just go back to the PPT. Yeah. So that's pretty much what the first section, guys. Let me just turn off the screen sharing. Let me see any questions have come. We'll take some questions. Okay. So Deepti is asking, what are the sources do we have to get into international companies? So international company, hope you are referring as MNC, right? It's very simple source through us only. And how do you get into that? You prepare your project and assignments very well, be regular to the classes, automatically you'll get it. We recently also, whatever the example is shown, very sincere students. Some of them are working and build 10 projects, 12 projects, okay, taken additional effort, learned additional topics. Our mentors also give a lot of coaching, right, to prepare for a specific company. So they utilized all of them and then in a high-paying company or into the MNC companies. Hope that's clear, Deepti. Okay. Honestly, sir, every training institute speaks about 100% placement, but in the end, some don't get the job related to the course. So I'm asking, what are the chances we can get the knowledge and skills to get jobs through Emertxe? See, this is again a very interesting point. And let me also tell the fact. Okay, we are also, will not say that, 100% placement, all the students who are joining are getting placed. No. That's why I've been telling, right? It is not about you joining the course. It's about building your skill, not only building, going and demonstrating the skill into the placement companies. Only those students will get placed, right? So here what we are seeing in Emertxe is that as long as you follow what you've been told and clear the placement eligibility. By the way, there's a process called placement eligibility. I'll talk about that. Once we complete the core modules or the programming modules, right? Our mentors, primarily Mubeen's team, runs the placement eligibility process where basically these students, need to clear certain interviews, mock interviews, tests, etc. So then only they can start applying for placements. So there are some students who don't prepare only, who will fail in the mock interview. What we can do? We give additional opportunities to train and come. So we never say, for example, if you just join in the course, am I guaranteed a job? No, nobody can say that. But if you work towards it and work towards whatever, that's where we come into picture, where we help you. So whatever mentors are following up, whatever mentors are telling you, if you do that, definitely you'll get placed. Hope that's clear. Swarnanil Roy. Yeah. Which company you did the job? I think I already told you. Bharshapriya, I did a detailed overview of me. Ishoni Networks, followed by HP, followed by Huawei. Do international companies choose fresher embedded engineer from India? Why not? Okay. So it's not about fresher, Dipti. We don't use the word fresher. We say trained engineer or skilled engineer. So definitely they hire all of them from India, provided you have the skills. Right? That's the key here. So Dipti is asking generally, what is the work of an embedded engineer in a company? It depends. Basically, you have various verticals like automotive, electric vehicle, IoT, robotics, etc. In that, you have specific responsibilities. You could be a development engineer, test engineer, maintenance engineer, right? Any of them. So it's a combination of a company or a domain and the role that you're going to play. That's what our students do. I think a lot of questions from Deepthi itself. Okay. Generally, what is the work of an embedded engineer company in a company, right? I already told you, typically the embedded engineer will be involved in the development, testing, maintenance of any of the piece in the big embedded system. Again, students think that when you go to a company, the company will give the entire product to you develop. No, it does not. You start something very small. You slowly need to prove yourself because systems are quite complex. No, it's not like a college level project where they can give to anybody. It's not possible. So it takes time. And then your eventual role will be a combination of domain and the role. So combination of, I said, what do you call it, automotive, IoT, like that, right? And then the role will be development, test, etc. It will be a combination of both. Okay. Hope this is clear. Deepthi, is there any tool like Pega for embedded? Not sure. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, we do give some other tools. I don't know what Pega does. Let me probably quickly Google what is this Pega tool does. Okay, it's like, I think, enterprise AI decision-making workflow and automation platform. I don't know. Maybe at senior leadership level, they may be using that, right? But pretty much the embedded software development, which we are involved. Again, there's a question, sir. Is AI coming, will take away my job, etc., right? Kindly note, AI will take away very mundane and repetitive jobs. Whereas the embedded system engineer job is highly creative, you need to solve real problems. So in such cases, right, just by AI coming in, rather I showed the other slide, right? Just by AI coming in, it has resulted in more jobs. Why? For example, the combination of AI and embedded, it's creating more use cases, more products. Some of the companies who recently visited, they exclusively work on that area. Everywhere it's things are getting smarter. For example, your CCTV camera. Now you need to develop an AI on top of it. It becomes an intelligent camera. So all those new solutions are coming up where it is opening up a lot of opportunities already. I'm learning C, C++, Linux, Verilog, MP, datasheet. Is it okay for embedded job? Asks Deepthi. Yes, definitely. Why not? These are the skills companies do expect. Okay, without degree job possible? Not yet. Okay, Raman. Companies expect you to basically at least completed a BE, BTech or an ME, MTech. In some cases, MSc. Then only they'll be able to give. At least when you join, they want you to produce a provisional degree certificate saying that I completed my degree. So still, hopefully the day will come where they don't care. but but still as it they're all very much doing that. So he's a organization company in Gurgaon. Yeah, some of the placement companies are from Gurgaon. As I said, every month, whatever the companies they came, I would say roughly even now 40 to 50% of the companies are from Bangalore, because we are based out of Bangalore, and Bangalore is the tech capital of India. So that's the reason, many of them are coming from Bangalore. But yeah, in Gurgaon also we have companies, placement companies. Okay. So out of all these companies, all these companies hire embedded engineer, or they are overall companies for all the three fields in your institute? Okay. See, good question, Harsh. Right. See, we have three domains: embedded, IoT, and full stack web development. Right. Full stack web development, we have just started offering courses. Tomorrow or this week only we are kickstarting the batch after a long time. Right. Again, if you look at IoT batches also predominantly small. Maybe our 85 to 90% of batches are embedded batches, then 10% of the batches are from IoT batch. Right. So the placement company, whatever you are showing, largely therefore embedded. Hope that's clear, Harsh. Okay. Sir, will you give your money back if you're not placed? No, we don't have that policy yet. Okay. We do our level best to ensure you are placed. If you're not placed, you continue to take help from mentors, because we have some students also who are not placed. So our mentors continue to engage with them, and then we help them to get placed. But there's no concept of money back here. What are the course fees? Atulya, I think our course fees related information, our counselors will be the right people to explain you. Towards the end of the slide, I have the contact detail. You can get in touch with them. Or already you're talking to our counselors, they will be able to explain the course fee. Again, course fee involves certain installment, certain scholarship, etc. They will be able to explain you better. I'm not from that department. Course fee. So what according to you is best, right? VLSI or embedded, which has better future scope? This is a question. In fact, it's a difficult question, right? Definitely, every system that we have today, the basic, chipset that comes from is nothing but embedded, right? Sorry, VLSI. Now, on top of the chipset or a board only, we develop the software and say it's embedded software. So if you look at comparing embedded and VLSI, basically they're not. We should not be comparing them. One is an apple, another is an orange. We should not be doing that. But having said that, since we use the VLSI and embedded together, I would like to tell an answer like this. So number of openings wise, right? VLSI has got lesser number of openings than embedded. I already showed you the graph, right? Point number one. On the contrary, once you get into the VLSI company, the salary levels will be higher than embedded. Not all the cases, but good number of cases, because the VLSI professionals are very rare in the industry. But at the same time, learning VLSI and mastering it also takes a lot of time. So the more specialized skill that you have, the salary will be of high. Okay. And even people ask me, sir, two people are there. One guy went and joined a service company, IT service company. Another guy joined a embedded product or a startup, for example, right? So even though they may be joining for the same salary, I'll assure you after 5 years or 4 years, this embedded engineer salary will be way higher, because the skill set that embedded has is still niche. It's not available in broader market, right? You can also validate. You're from different places, you said, right? In your native place, is there any embedded training institute? There may not be. Other technology institutes may be there, but embedded institution may not be there. That itself says how much demand it is, how much hard it is to learn and teach embedded systems. Hope that's clear, Harsh. What about the AA role in embedded? I already clarified. AA coming in is enhancing the use cases and inventing new products. So that way I would say, rather than seeing AA as a threat, start seeing AA as an opportunity. Atulya is asking, a mechanical engineer, can he be an embedded systems engineer? Yes, why not? Yeah. Our course is open for all the batches, so definitely you can be. In the past, we have even placed students from mechanical, metallurgy, material science. Okay, all these students also we have placed. Bankuru is asking, I have no Instagram. Okay, then try to follow us in LinkedIn. So myself working as a quality engineer in EV chargers manufacturing company, Nagasai. That's good. Nagasai, at least that background will help, I would say. Since you're from a quality checking point of view, in EV, right, it will be handy. It will be much handy, that experience, right? Okay. So probably getting off 10 to 12 LP as a fresher, if he or she is a consistent at current market, I don't know what you mean by consistent. Yeah, they've done very well. Yeah. See, 10 to 12 lakh, whatever I shown you those examples, those students really worked hard. Chuma, nobody came and gave me that one, right? They, for example, those two, Harsha and Kaushika, who got placed, right, 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs type of a job, they worked on at least 11 to 12 projects with us. And then they even skilled themselves. Mentors had some additional skills they learned. They learned various prep sessions. Then only they'll be able to get. So the idea is skill, Darshan, the more skill that you have, definitely companies will not be in a haste and soup pay. I think mechanical engineer clarified. Clear typed multiple times, looks like. Is there any coding in embedded? Asked Bishop Ray. Yes, definitely. When you talk about embedded software, right, it's considered two parts, VLSI and embedded. VLSI also has got some portion of the coding. Yeah, probably talk it separately. But embedded system, when you say today, it's all about embedded system software jobs. Definitely it involves coding. Again, I see many students thinking that, sir, embedded means only design will be there. I will not be able to do coding. Not basically good in coding. These type of reasons will be there. You have no choice. When you wanted to get into embedded industry, you need to get better at coding. For that, you need to basically spend a lot of time and practice it. Okay. I think Atulya is like same question he copy pasted, flooded my inbox. Atulya. See, guys, when you're not getting a response, just wait. Okay. Here, the entire thing is occupied by Atulya. Okay. If you don't get, just wait. I mean, yes, I'm answering. No. Okay. I think same question. I think other question from Bharanidharan. Sir, I'm B automobile engineering. Will I get placement support, sir? Also, I registered for the course. Yes, definitely. Why not? Okay. Automobile engineers are very much part of the placements. Then Atulya is asking, sir, as a mechanical engineering, you type in something else. Can I be embedded system engineer as a mechanical engineer? Can I be an embedded system engineer mechanical? Same thing is copy paste. Yes, you can be. Okay. Is there any resume building program in Emertxe? Yes, we conduct that. We call them as Disha sessions. Right? In those sessions, we will be teaching you how to make an impressive resume. For a fresher, getting core jobs is easy. Again, it depends, right? Okay, it depends on your skill level. If your skill levels are high, it's easy. Otherwise, it's not easy. I'm from non-engineering background, MCA. What process do I have? See, Anand Purushottam, right? Purandare. Okay. Anand. So, see, for MCAs also, our type of, even though technically speaking, MCA is kind of considered to equivalent of B, right? Many places. But our company, recruiting company, they're still not preferring MCAs. They're preferring MSCs, right? But not MCAs. So, placement, you will not be able to apply. Course duration is 6 months. How much price is the course? Kindly wait. As I said, towards the end of the presentation, I will show you our counselor's contact details. You can get in touch with them. They will be able to share the fee information. Okay. Ranjit Kumar, after the completion of the course, how long will get placement support from you? As I already told, you might already spoken with our counselors. 2 years. From the time you complete our course, till 2 years you can apply for placements. Is there any fees for your course? Of course, yes, it's not free. We're not giving freebies, right? There's a fees for this course. Is it possible to get remote jobs by working in this training program? Not yet, because the reason being largely the pandemic situation, which forced the work from home, has come back to normal. The companies are telling, if you don't come, we will terminate you. That kind of situation has come. That is point number 1. Second thing, when you talk about embedded system and doing a freelance or a remote is challenging because of hardware dependence. Imagine you are building a product. Imagine you're building a consumer wearable device, right? Where will the hardware be? It cannot be come to your home. No? You need to go to the lab in your office. So because of these reasons, right, pretty much all the companies expect you to join in their office only. So remote job, work from home, or even freelancing, you can get into. I'm not telling it is you cannot, but it's quite challenging in embedded systems. After how many days will be allowed for interview? I'll talk about it, but anyways, question has come. You need to complete till the data structures module, which happened after the 4th month. You can start. By the way, before you start applying, you need to clear something called placement eligibility test or placement eligibility process by a placement technical team. They will evaluate you, and then they'll also do a mock interview for you. Only when they clear, you'll be able to start applying for placements. Because what students will generally say is that today they come, tomorrow they want job. It doesn't work, right? You need to obtain the appropriate skill sets. That's why our mentors put this extra effort so that you are prepared well and then clear the interviews. I think still quite a lot of answers are coming. Okay. So may I request Atulya to stop flooding my Atulya Kumar. You're copy pasting the same thing. You're flooding my window. Don't do that. Okay, still many questions are there. So what I'll do is I'll pause here and I will hand it over to my colleague Mubeen, who will go through the course related details. So what we'll do once he completes the session, right? We'll come back and then I will anyways third portion, the placements I'll cover. Along with that, we'll also cover these questions. Okay. Mubeen, can you please take over?
Yeah, sure, Jay.
You're already present, or should I make you?
I can present, no problem.
Okay, great. Let me unshare my screen. Yeah. All right, guys. Over to you, Mubeen.
Sure, thanks. So what I will do is, since some of you would have gone through the website and got a fair idea about what we are going to teach in the course. Yes, I understand you have many questions related to placements, etc. So I'll take some time for you to explain what is that we're going to teach and why we're going to teach these subjects, right? So I'll explain what you're going to learn as part of the embedded system course, not other courses. Let me share my screen. Hope it's visible to you. Okay. Let me check.
Yeah, Mubeen, it's visible.
Visible, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have gone through the website and downloaded the syllabus, you can refer to the PDF document which has the detailed syllabus. Let me brief you about what we're going to cover as part of the embedded system course. Right? So when you talk about embedded system course, yes, you need to learn about programming. You need to learn about microcontroller programming and architecture, operating systems, etc. So we have framed the syllabus based upon the industry needs, whatever is required for you to get started to work in embedded systems. All those topics will be covered as part of the course. So we have around 8 modules which are part of the course, starting from Linux basics. So Linux is an operating system which is quite popular, used by developers as well as embedded engineers to develop software of embedded systems. We'll teach you the basics of Linux as the first module. Then we'll move on to the next module, which is C programming. Right? So in embedded system, C programming is something which is important to. Just a moment, and my screen is refreshing. Not sure what happened. So it's visible, I hope now. So embedded systems, C programming is very important. So we'll be teaching C from basics to advanced topics. So after C, we'll teach C++, which includes object-oriented programming concepts, including class, objects, right? 4 pillars of C++, etc. So these 2 subjects we are going to teach you in detail so that you become familiar with programming language, right? So there are other programming languages like Python, Java, etc., which may not be extensively used to develop embedded systems. C and C++ is extensively used to develop embedded systems. So after that, you will be moving on to data structures, which is one of the core modules wherein you learn about concepts like stacks, queues, linked lists, trees, etc. Right? So this will help you to develop programs more efficiently, and it will also help you to develop programs which are complex in nature. Then basic electronics is something which companies also look for, right? And it's also acts as a foundation for microcontroller module. So even though you might have studied it in college, we would like to refresh some of the concepts in basic electronics, which will be essential for you to crack interviews. So after basic electronics, you learn about microcontrollers. So microcontrollers is the heart of this course, right? So if you want to learn how to develop an embedded system, you have to understand the microcontroller architecture to start off with. Then you have to learn how to program the peripherals. So everything will be taught from scratch, including the basics of microcontroller. What is architecture? Right? We'll use hardware boards, be it in offline mode or online mode. You will get access to simulators to try out various programs on the microcontroller board which is available in the simulator. Similarly, to become more skilled in embedded systems, Linux internals is something which we teach, which covers concepts related to operating system. Right? So there are two ways you can write an embedded system application. One is directly using a programming language like C, which is called as bare metal programming, wherein you're not going to use any operating system. Right? So what you learn here in the microcontroller module is called as bare metal programming. Right? Whereas when you work on advanced applications, you have to use the help of an operating system to build complex applications. So in Linux internal module, learn about operating system concepts and related topics for that module, including concepts like multiprocessing, multi-threading, and network programming. Right? You might have studied TCP/IP protocol stack in college. So we'll teach all those concepts as well as teach you how to program an application which can communicate to each other, which are running on two different machines. Right? Finally, there is a module called as ELAM, Embedded Linux and ARM, which is going to help you to learn how to build Linux from scratch. Right? So Linux is an open source operating system. We'll be covering in detail how Linux can be built from scratch, and how to build your own custom operating system will be covered in the ELAM module. So at a high level, these are the subjects we're going to learn as part of the course. Right? And it takes time. It is not very easy, neither it's very difficult. Right? It's something which you're going to learn from scratch. It will be new for many of you, unless you already are familiar with some of these topics, right? So it's going to take its own time, and all these topics will be covered in a practical way. It's not going to be theoretical, right? We're not going to teach you this concept, mug it up. No, we're going to try everything practically by writing programs. Then, in terms of our delivery, right? We have a well-defined pedagogy in which students will attend the classes and learn things effectively. So be it online or offline, on a daily basis, Monday to Friday at least, you'll have classes and lab. Saturdays, some of the Saturdays also, you may have class or lab sessions, or you will have assignment or test to be done on Saturdays. So class, we're going to cover the concepts which are required for you to understand. And lab, we're going to focus more on assignments and projects. Assignments will help you to practically understand a topic, and also to help you to build the confidence in that subject. Projects, whereas, is it's something which will help you to apply most of the concepts you learned in a subject. Right? For example, you talk about C programming or microcontroller programming, you should be able to build a project which is not very simple. Right? So these are called mini projects or projects wherein you will combine a lot of concepts you learned in that subject and build some application which you can showcase in your resume. Right? Now, as you know, right, every year, right, we have 15 lakhs engineers passing out of college. So how do companies decide whom to hire? So companies will decide whom to hire, at least in the first level, by looking at the profiles, right? What skills do you have? So our idea is that you should have enough skills in your resume, as well as enough projects in your resume, so that they get impressed, right? Otherwise, everybody comes out of college, they have a similar basically resume, right? With similar set of skills, maybe similar marks, etc., which is not going to impress the company as to whom to shortlist. So our idea is that you gain the necessary skills, you build an impressive portfolio by adding projects to your resume. And to help you clear the interviews and validate your understanding, we'll be conducting regular tests as part of the. So this is how the course modules and your day-to-day like class and lab looks like. So every day you'll have class and lab sessions wherein you have to attend the sessions and understand the concepts. So mentors are there to help you out. So apart from class and lab sessions, you can also get support from the mentors using various channels, including WhatsApp and discussion forums, right? So we are not just restricting our support to class and lab sessions. You can, whenever you're working independently, right, at home, at your PG, for example, you may get stuck, you'll have doubts. So we are there to help you, right, between working hours. You can post a question in the WhatsApp channel. We are there to clear your doubts, right? This way you will get a continuous support. You'll also get confidence. So in terms of placements, for preparing you to get placed, right, it's not something which will happen overnight, right? So you'll be attending the modules like C, C++, data structures, microcontrollers, Linux internals, etc. But often we tend to forget things, right? After, for example, 4 to 5 months, what you studied 3 months back, you may not remember, right? That's quite natural. So we'll make sure that you're getting enough revision. So we conduct like placement preparation sessions, including mock interview, right? Company-specific prep sessions happen, and so on, right? We also have a dedicated placement team who will closely work with you in terms of bringing in companies, scheduling interviews, sharing updates, etc. will be handled by the placement team. So we'll try our best to help you prepare for the interviews. In fact, we have one of the largest database of questions, right? We have thousands of clients with us. All the previous history questions are available with us, and it's not published in the website also, right? It's only available for our students. So these are the advantages you're going to get as part of the course. Similarly, at times students face difficulty. So we have a dedicated student success team or student success support team who will share feedback about your progress in terms of your performance. And you can also reach out to them for any help, right? At times you may find challenges in terms of completing the task or activities. You can reach out to them so that you can seek better support. You can also reach out to them for counseling. So this is in summary what are the modules you're going to learn and how the course delivery looks like and how you can avail support during the course. For detailed syllabus, I would suggest you can Google for Emertxe syllabus. First link which is available, you can click on it. You can navigate and access the course syllabus which is available in our website. Right? The detailed syllabus is available too. All right. So I could see there are many questions. I'm not sure those should be taking it now. All right. So I join online classes. How is the practical things I do? So this is a very common question which people ask, how the practical things look like. What I'll do is I'll share a quick demo of how the online class is taken. This will be there for a few minutes. You can watch these demo sessions. You'll get a feeler of how the online classes are delivered. So let me quickly share a demo video, which is a recording of our online class session. You can watch. So first I'll show for C programming, then I'll show for microcontroller module. So you can have an idea of how the online classes are delivered and how effective it's going to be.
Now, after an array has been declared, maybe I want to give the values into the array because just the array's declaration will have garbage value. Assume I take int array of size 5. Okay, there has to be 20 bytes of memory allocated. Assume this is the 20 bytes of memory allocated for the array. So I'm storing 5 integers. So each integer takes how many bytes? Each integer takes how many bytes? Correct. So each integer takes 4 bytes. So if the starting address of the array is 1000, where will be the next element present? If the starting address of the array is 1000, where will be the next element present? Assume this is 1000. Where will be the next element present? Yes. Each of the element uses 4 bytes. So it is 1004, then 1008, 1012, 1016. To access the array's element, you have to go with something called as the index number. An index number varies between 0 to size -1. So very first element will be in index 0. Second element will be in index 1. Third element will be in index 2. Fourth element will be in index 3. And fifth element will be in index 4. Okay. If you just declare the array like this, the array's element will have garbage value by default. So in order to not have a garbage value present inside the memory block, maybe I want certain values to made sit inside it. In such cases, I have to do the array's initialization. To initialize the array, here inside the curly braces, I have to give 5 elements: 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. In that case, that value will be written here. That will be 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay, this is how I declare the array. This is how I do the initialization, and this is how the memory for the array will be allocated. Accessing happens with respect to the index number varying between 0 to size minus 1. See here, data type, name, size, where size represents the number of elements. So the total memory occupied by the arrays, number of elements multiplied by size of an element. That is in turn size into size of the data type. If this is the array I'm going to take of 5 size with the values 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50, this will be the array. So the very starting address of the array always is called as the base address of the array. This address 1000 will always be called as the base address of the array. Or you can also call it as starting address or address of the very first element of the array. All of them means the same, but we usually refer it as base address. Okay, you can call it as base address, or you can call it as the starting address, or you also can call it as the address of first element. Okay, the starting address is called as the base address or starting address or address of the first element of the array. So then it is +4, +8, +12, +16. Index has to vary between 0 to size minus 1. So it has to be starting from 0. An array is a collection of similar data type. Elements occupy consecutive memory locations. First element will be in the lowest address and last element will be in the highest address. Elements are indexed from 0 to size minus 1. So if the size of the array is 5, index will vary from 0 to 4. Accessing out of the range array elements would be an illegal access. So whenever you have to access the elements of the array, you have to go with the name of the array, then the index number. Okay, so array of 0, array of 1, like this, you have to go with the index number. So if the index number varies between 0 to 4, I can access only between array of 0 to array of 4. Out of the boundary, that is accessing array of -1 or accessing array of 5 is not allowed. It is an illegal access where you might get to see a error. The accessing out of the range array elements would be illegal access. You should not access the elements in array of -1 and array of size. And once the memory for the array is allocated, it can never be altered in the runtime. That is, while executing the program, the array size can never be modified. So if you declare an array like this, it will be 20 bytes of memory allocated for sure. So this size can never be altered throughout the program. Again, here in double denom of size 6, there will be 48 continuous bytes already allocated. You never get a chance to increase or decrease the size once it has been allocated. So this is the concept of array. Clear this much? Okay. So have this one noted. The next we will see is how to print the elements of the array. Okay. So there are different ways of printing the array's element, which we will be seeing shortly. Before that, have this one noted. So the next we have got is to print the array's element. So when you are supposed to print the array's element, we usually go with the name of the array and the index number. But that has to be done on a repetitive manner. So what is it necessary to be used? What is it necessary to be used if I have to print? Yes, loop is definitely necessary. So I can print the array's element in any of a loop considered. Observe. Okay. So first I try printing it in a for loop. Int array of size 5. I also do the initialization with 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. I need another integer variable I for the sake of index. So I will first say it as printf arrays elements are. Okay. So I run a for loop for I is equal to 0, I less than 5 and I plus plus, because 5 is the size of the array. Inside this, I go with the printf. Sorry. Yeah, so printf %d \n comma array's name with index. Okay, so first array of 0 will be printed when I will have a 0 taken, then array of 1, then array of 2, array of 3, array of 4. When I becomes 5, 5 lesser than 5 will be condition false. You come out of the for loop. Observe the output here. So I'm compiling and executing. These are the arrays element which I am printing using a for loop.
So, all right, that was a quick demo of the C programming topic related to arrays. I will show you another demo related to microcontroller module, wherein in microcontroller module for the online batch, we use an ID called as MPLAB ID and simulator called as PixSimLab. So the experience you can see in terms of how the software feels like, and you will not be able to differentiate much, right, in terms of whether you're going to take the course online or offline. You get the same experience. Let me share a quick demo of these tools.
This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone. In today's class, let's see how we can write an embedded program to toggle the LEDs connected to the code bit. So now to write the embedded program, we are going to use the tool MPLAB XID. So you can see here. So this is the MPLAB XID. If you open this, you will see this as a starting page. So you can do the purchase on can use these tools as per the requirement. For example, this is to create a new file, it's to create a new project, it is to open the project, it's this option is to do the bill. You can see different many options are there. So as per the need, what we will do, we will take an approach, whatever we need it, we will start using those things. Now here in this MPLAB XID, I already created a project and kept it ready. So project name is what? LEDs. So in this project, I created. So when this project is created, this MPLAB XID create some organized sections. You can see here. So now to write this program, to write the embedded code, we need a main.c. So generally .c files goes here in this source file sections. Header files goes here, make file will go here, linker script will go to this section. Or if you need any libraries, if you are planning to add any libraries, then those goes into this section. And finally, this is the place for your executable file. So let me go to the main.c. So you can double click and open the main.c in the editor window. So now you can see I'm defining two macros. So instead of using port D directly, so what I did, since if you see the hardware, on the hardware, so you are having total 16 LEDs. So this is the PiximLab simulator board. So it's having total 16 LEDs. So currently we are going to toggle LEDs connected to the port D. These are the these are the 8 LEDs out of 16. So these 8 LED array we are going to toggle. Toggling means on off we are going to do. So now since I'm having 8 LEDs, I'm defining the micro LED array as a port D, and to give the direction to the port pins there is a register TRISD. I'm defining that with name LED array data direction register. Now you can see here comes my main. So here I'm calling init config function. So this function is to do the initialization. So what we are doing, so in main itself, we are not doing initialization. It doesn't look good. So there is a separate dedicated function to do the initialization. It is init config. So control will go here and here. In this init config, so initially what we are doing, if we are using LED, we need to set the pin direction as output. So I'm writing my LED array data direction register as a 0. It will set port D pin as the output, and to start with initially I will keep all LEDs connected to the port D as a off. So to turn off the LED I need to load 0. So I'm writing here 0. So LEDs remain off, fine. And here comes our while one. So if you see any embedded system, once you turn on the embedded system, it runs forever, right? It goes into infinite loop. So here comes my infinite loop while one. So inside this while one, we are going to write our application. So what is our application? We wanted to toggle the LED. So here is my instruction to toggle the LED. So I'm writing LED array equal to tilt of LED array. So what it will do? It will toggle the values of this LED array. It will capture it. So I added the delay. Then after this delay, what happened? Next time, since we are in the while one, control will go back here. So again, we are changing the LED array value from what? FF to 0. So now what happened? LED become off, then again delay. So like this way, we are making LEDs on, LEDs off. Fine. Now. So we have to build the code. We have to compile the code. How we can do? So here in this mplab xid, I install x8 compiler. So that's why the setter file is also included related to the compiler. So now how you can do the build? So you can see here is one option to do the build. So let me click on that. It will start doing build. My project is getting a build. Now you can see build is going on. So it will take some time. Please wait. Now see, build is successful. That means your hex file is created, and even it will give you the memory summary of your project. So now my hex file is created and it is loaded also. Now what we can do? So we can load that hex file where in this board. So we can run that hex file here in this microcontroller. So this is the heart of this board. So basically here we are using PIC16F877A microcontroller. So we are going to load the hex file here. How? So you can go to the file, you can select the load hex, and you have to navigate wherever your project is stored. So let me navigate. So now, just for the sake of simplicity, I kept the project on the desktop. So let me select that. Now again, you have to go to the distribute directory. So basically, you have to use this path. After build successful, it is prompting the path where X file is available. I'm just referring that. Then you have to go to the default production. Here is the X file. Let me open. Okay, expected output is what? These LEDs should toggle, but it's not happening. Why? Because these DIP switch related settings are not done. So to turn on the LEDs connected to the port D, this DIP switch, second one, you have to pull this switch up. So let me do that. So it's down. You have to pull it up. So let me select. Now you can see the change here. So what this program is doing, It's running in this microcontroller and it is toggling the LEDs, and even we are able to see that toggling very clearly, right? Okay, so this is our program, our embedded code to toggle the LEDs connected to the port D. Fine.
Lecture, that was a quick demo of part of the topic which we used to cover in the C programming module as well as microcontroller module. So the intention of showing this is that you get a idea of how the classes are taken in the online mode. And in the second video, we demonstrated how the microcontroller topic is covered in online mode, right? So here you can see that you're writing the code. We are writing the code in C language. And to run the code, we are using an IDE called as PicSimLab, which supports various microcontrollers, including microchips PIC. And you can write any application using PicSimLab by adding more peripherals, and you can test it, right? So that way you get a complete experience of working on a real hardware. Now, I also will share my screen to demonstrate what other things you'll get access to. Right? Let me share my screen. So whenever you enroll for the course, you will get access to our learning management portal, right? Emertxe LMS is there, wherein all courses will be available in this platform. So starting with modules including C, data structures, right? Linux systems, microcontroller module, and so on. So apart from the regular subjects, you'll also get access to like project related, right? Video explanation sessions, right? Different projects are available. You'll also get access to like interview preparation recorded sessions are there, right? So we have a lot of interview preparation sessions which are recorded for you, which you can watch anytime. This will help you to prepare well for interviews. If you look at any subject like C, right? So you go to advanced C, you can see various activities are there, like including assignments, right? Quizzes, lab sessions, etc. is there. For example, for C, you can see you can access several programs, right? These are the programs which will be given to you. This particular student has completed all these programs and got a grade of 100%, right? So a lot of programs are available which you can practice. You can build problem solving skills, right? For example, you have resources access, right? Get access to all the slides, right? You get access to code, right? Notes, right? You get access to class recordings, right? If for online mode, you also get class recordings, right? Class and lab will get recorded. And click on this recording and watch the video, right? So you can watch these videos. Similarly, lab sessions also will get recorded. Right? You have lab sessions. They're also recorded. Topic-wise, it's given which assignment is completed. Right? You have all these recordings available for class and lab. Right? For example, project explanation videos are also available. So in the LMS, we can access all course-related artifacts, including quizzes. Right? For example, quizzes are there. Right? So lots of quiz options are available. You can practice and so on. Similarly, whenever a placement company visits our campus for placements, so you can use our WhatsApp channel and WhatsApp group for communication, right? So for example, I'm showing an American Megatrends, right? This company has visited multiple times, right? You can see communication happening here, right? This is June 2024, last month, this company visited. So whenever a company visits, we create a WhatsApp group and students are added to the WhatsApp group, right? So you can see messages being explained, right? These many students got placed. Right? We also will share questions which was asked in the previous round so that other students can prepare, right? And so on. So all communication will happen through these WhatsApp group, right? You get all exclusive access, right? You get schedule, for example, right? Schedule of students. We'll check whether you received an email or not to confirm whether you're going to attend the interview or not. All these things will happen through WhatsApp channel. So overall, we'll make sure that you're getting the necessary skills to crack the interview, and from our side we'll also make sure that you're getting enough placement opportunities that you can get a core job, right? That's what we're going to provision you, right? So for this, it requires some amount of effort from your side and dedication so that you are getting the right set of skills and knowledge and you are ready to get placed in core companies. So if you have any questions, let me know. I will be happy to answer your queries, as well as Jayakumar is there in this session. So some of the recent questions I could see, recorded sessions will be provided online. Yes, right. And when the record class live sessions will be taken, session will be live, but after some time, automatically the recording will become available, right? It will be uploaded by the mentor. You can access it and watch the videos. This is only for the online mode. STM32 we are not teaching, but we are teaching PIC microcontroller. But STM chips are also supported by PIC SimLab, right? It's also supported. Then what are other questions? How much time will you get access to LMS? LMS, actually the videos will be available for 1 year, right? We are not restricting the LMS access. We'll at least make sure that you're getting access. LMS access will be available for 2 years. Video will be available for 1 year, typically. So if anything problem, the lecture will solve through the lecture or after that, right? Any doubts are there with respect to the class that is happening, and feel free to ask in the class or in the lab sessions, right? Doubts you can ask in the class or lab sessions. No issues. Then, okay. Somebody's asking, are you guys basically sell courses to help students, right? So we are a training organization. Yes, we train our students to help them learn the skills and eventually get placed. That's what we do. Yes. These are paid courses, right? Because it's going to be there for 6 months at least, right? So in online batch, we can attend company in offline or online. Yes. Online batch students, offline batch student doesn't matter. Mode of interview, it doesn't matter, right? But most of the companies nowadays, they are looking for offline mode of interview. Right? Online mode of interview is relatively less compared to, online mode of interview is relatively less compared to offline mode. Right? Offline interviews are more common nowadays. What are the controllers we are going to learn? We are going to learn about PIC microcontroller primarily for the microcontroller module. And eventually in the end, you learn about ARM, basics of ARM microcontroller as well. So are you using the latest technology or microcontrollers that are used in the industry? I would say for the sake of basically learning embedded systems, there are several choices, right? You have Arduino, right? Which is something which you can learn to develop embedded systems. You can use PIC microcontroller, you can use 8051, you can use ARM, etc. So PIC is something which is not very complex, not very easy. Right? You learn in depth about microcontroller architecture. We'll also teach you how to read data sheets and etc. If you learn one microcontroller, learning another one should not be difficult, ideally. So I'm working professional. Can I learn this? Yes, for working professionals, we have evening batches. You can join in the evening batch. So what about Python, aptitude, communication, TCP/IP, shell scripting? We don't teach Python and aptitude, right? So Python may not be required as such. Aptitude is something which you may have to learn on your own, right? So I'm currently living outside India, in Germany. Is it possible for me to attend placements? Andrew, as I told you, the number of companies who is hosting online interviews has reduced significantly. But yes, there are some companies who are ready to take online interviews also. So in terms of ratio, it is less. We get opportunities. Will guide us till we get placed? Yes, definitely that's our job, right? We will guide you till you get placed. So how to attend offline interviews, students taking training in online. So typically, for example, let's say you're not let's say you want to attend an interview in Bangalore, so we will send you the schedule in advance, right? So we'll inform in the application also that whether it's an online interview or offline interview. So if you're ready to attend offline interviews, then you can apply for those companies and we'll let you know about the schedule. You have to come here, for example, in Bangalore and take up the interviews. It could be Bangalore, it could be Chennai, it could be Hyderabad, it could be Pune, it could be Mumbai, it could be Gujarat, it could be Noida, etc. So several choices are there. Based upon the company, they will mention the location, and accordingly you can attend the interviews. Right? Okay. So a lot of questions are there. Jay, do you want to continue? You're on mute.
Yeah, I can carry from here.
Yeah. Any questions later? Placements are also there.
Okay, I think I will take them. So we will discuss some of these. Okay. Thanks, Mubeen. Thanks for walking through the course delivery part, and then the part, the preparation for the for the placement, how we do target, how mentor support is provided, etc. So now let us look into the questions now. What I'll do is we'll take some questions now. Then I have some small portion left with about the placement process. But anyways, if there's covered in the questions itself, we can we can go back to the deck and that we can run faster. Not a problem. Let us let's just take up some Q&A now. Okay.
Well, possible that we might have missed some of the questions, but you can always reach out to our counselors. They will guide you. Right?
Yes. So we'll try to cover as much as we can. But if you still have left with, you can let us know. Okay. So let us take some questions now. Shweta is asking, is there any aptitude test process in the placement drive? Yes, it could be. It depends on the company again. Some of them do take aptitude. When I say aptitude, it could consist of both general aptitude and also aptitude related to your basic electronics. Yeah, it will be there. Okay. It depends on the company, I would say. Okay. Are there any companies in Kolkata, Sudipta? Not that I have heard of Kolkata side yet. Predominantly, if you look at the type of companies that are coming, around 40 to 50% of them are from Bangalore. Remaining, I see they are in the Hyderabad area, NCR, Noida, Gurgaon, right, Delhi area, and then Pune area. So that's where the major chunks are coming from. I see some companies coming from further south, from Kerala, very few of them, some of them from Gujarat, but not from Kolkata yet. We've not heard much from Kolkata as an embedded systems company yet. Okay, Sudipta. Actually, I'm working professional from mechanical background. Can I succeed in this field? Ask Bhaskar. Yes, definitely. Why not? We have, in the past, we have placed mechanical student also. So the idea, Bhaskar, is to build your skill set. Okay, do not dwell much into your pass out or your branch. As long as you're able to build those skill set, whatever you're learning in this course, and demonstrate well, definitely as a mechanical engineer also, you can achieve a career transition. No issues. As I said, in the past, we placed mechanical students, material science students, even civil students we have placed. Okay. Okay. Then there's a question from Jay. But most of the companies are from south location. Then it's our loss that we are unable to find those offline drives. Okay, that's a good question, Jatin. So what we do is something like this. See, if you're an online student, assuming you are an online student, what we are telling to the student is that, see, whether the company is located in north or south is one problem. That you leave it. Right? Your question should be whether the company is conducting a drive online or offline. Right? It can be me, for example, from Bangalore only, but they may be conducting the process online and vice versa. So what we've seen so far is that around 60%, maybe it could be more, companies who are conducting 50 to 60%, right? I'm not done the latest mathematics. Last I did around 50%. Let us say 50 only, let us say, right? 50, 55%, whatever, are conducting their process online, right? So rest all the companies are conducting things offline. Okay. So now you being an online student, assuming, right, you can apply for those 55% of the companies. When as soon as your placement comes up after the 4th month, right, you can apply for that and try to get placed. In case your course gets over, right? And you also applied for some of the companies online, but get placed, right? What we are telling, we are to the student, right? For apply, you can come after completing the course and apply for all the companies. Okay, so that's the option we can give, because we cannot go and force companies today saying that should you be conducting your interview online or offline. Not in our control. They won't listen to us also. As simple as that, right? So that's the option we are giving. Point number one. Point number two, we are also asking students who are, suppose somebody is an online student. Okay? We even have a case where somebody is from Bangalore, but they're still doing the course online, right? For them, what we are telling, you can go and attend the offline drive also. We don't have any problem. In fact, companies also don't have any problem. Or somebody can be from nearby. Maybe they can travel a couple of hours to Bangalore, attend the drive, or even it's an overnight journey, they can come attend, maybe stay there for a day at the drives and go back. Right? No problem. None of us have any problem in that. So that's the best thing we can do, Jatin. Okay, hope that's clear. Raspberry Pi is better or PIC microcontroller? Ask Srijit, sorry. Srijit, it should not be fair to compare which one is good. It depends on the use case, product you are developing. But in general, what we believe, I'll tell you, right? We believe in the fact that teaching you basically the foundational skills, so that when you go to the company, you're able to apply. That's our idea. Okay? I tell the example, car. Okay? Car, accelerator, brake, and clutch. As long as you learn car, you go to any other car, right? There'll be some minor differences will be there. You will be able to pick it up. The same thing applies to boards. So often I see students getting too much worried about, am I learning in this board? Am I learning in that board? And companies also keep releasing more and more boards, right? So do not bother much about it. Whatever the boards that we have is pretty standard. It is well established. You learn in these particular boards, right? Definitely, no institution will be training you exactly the same board what the companies are doing, because those boards will be proprietary. They don't even release it outside the labs, right? So as long as you practice in those boards, 10-20% incremental learning will be there when you go to the company. You'll be able to comfortably manage. Okay, so don't get too much concerned about Srijit. Okay. Then aptitude test necessary for placement, I already clarified. Do computer science have an opportunity in Emertxe? If it is after graduation, how we can join? Do we have training fees? I already clarified. Training fees will be there. Computer science student, yes, they can very well, join computer science, moving from computer science, right? Javadur, how good are computer India embedded? This again become a very regular question these days. See, I can only talk, or Mubeen only can talk for our organization, right? And we also know that there are many players in the marketing vector India. In fact, we have a lot of respect for all of them. Just because they are in a similar space doesn't mean that some of the institutes, right? We meet them in answers, right? Because they're also contributing, we are also contributing. What is wrong in that, right? So even though you can you can say competitor, etc., right? We don't see it like that. Everybody is contributing the skill building area. We all have mutually high level of respect for each one of us, right? So I cannot comment on any other institution. That's unfair. We can only talk about us. Right? So generally this question comes, right? I say, I'm not be able to answer this because of the same reason. Because it's not professional, no? Because I may know something about that company based on if I make some conclusion that is wrong on my part. So rather, I will leave it to you. You can ask questions as possible from us. Don't ask as many questions from any ABC institute. You are the best judge, right, to decide. I would put it across like that. Okay, Javadur, thanks for asking that question. It's a very regular case, okay, in our monthly demo. How to attend offline interviews? Students are taking training online. I already clarified. Badan Gari. Okay. TCP/IP shell scripting. I don't know. I don't know what is the question mean. Manjunatha, if you can explain it, it will be good, better. Srijit is asking, you will guide us till we get placed, and Raspberry Pi is better than my. I think I clarified. You will be guiding you till we get placed. Yes, we support you until 2 years of after the course completion. Okay. So the question. So what happens if the company requires the Arduino or other technology other than PIC microcontroller? I think I already clarified it. You learn one board very well. Picking up any other board or platform should be a cakewalk. Okay. Same thing, ST microcontroller. Okay. How to attend offline price? I think I already clarified. Okay. What about Python aptitude communication TCP/IP certificate? I don't know what is by that. Manjunath, if you can write a bit more, I'll be able to answer. Okay. Yeah, I think pretty much some questions Mubeen has already asked. Deepti is asking, what is the cost of the course? Deepti, again, when it comes to the cost of the course, our counselors would be the right people to answer. Towards the end of the we can show you their contact details. You can get in touch with them. The online course are different, and also they will have certain scholarship plan, installment payment, etc. So they will be the best person to answer that. Okay. Controllers you answered, right? Yeah. So can you please tell me embedded systems include IoT? Raj Kamal is asking. So rather it reverse Raj Kamal. IoT in embedded system. So IoT is a broader phenomenon in which embedded systems is one piece of it. There's a video in our YouTube channel. We're explaining this in detail. I have spoken in that video what is the difference rather for embedded systems course and the IoT course, and at a high level, what are the difference between IoT and embedded? If you explain this, it will become again a long discussion. Just check out that video in our YouTube channel. And Yash Thakur is asking, someone got placed for 4 LPA and want to give more interviews for a bigger LPA. Can he apply? The answer is no. Okay. So what we tell our students is, you can think every information will be made to you, be it your salary, company, where is it located, etc., etc. You can, very well whether to apply for a company or not apply. But once you get selected, you have to join. You cannot wait and apply for higher salary company. We don't have that concept. The reason there are two. One is, like, we are committing many things to you guys students, right? We also commit something to the companies. So one of the commitment that we make to the companies is that we will get 100% joining rate. That means if 10 students get selected in our institution, all 10 will join. There won't be any offer rejection, right? So what happens if somebody, which we allow multiple offers, there will be offer rejections, right? So we don't allow. Number one. Point number two, our goal, yes, to ensure that all the students in Emertxe get placed. Right? I don't want a scenario where one student get 3 jobs, another student go out without a job, right? So we don't want to have that. So what happens the moment you get placed? Let us say whichever first company you applied, you got selected, we'll block, and then we'll tell even if you are attending 2 companies in parallel, right? We tell the other companies also you're not available. So what happens? The opportunity naturally get passed on to other students. I understand the spirit in which this it's been asked, but we want to ensure that we are fair and professional both to our students and to the placement companies, and that's a policy that we've been following over the years. Yes, I hope this is clear. Cost I have clarified. Lecture doubt clarification. LMS access. Okay. Harsh is asking, sir, duration of this course is 6 months, but in LinkedIn I started doing this course for more than 1 year. So what is this? See, Harsh, let me clarify this part, because this is a little bit, more than 1 year and all, definitely not a realistic number. Somebody may be writing something, we may not be able to, as I said, answer everything, right? So what happens, even though, as I said, 6 months is a duration that we come, and for example, due to the extra efforts that we require, idea, if can we complete this course in 6 months? Yes, we can. Okay, but what happens is, if depending on the student how they're learning, right, we want to ensure that you guys are placed, right? So mentors spend extra time. So what happens is, one say for example, an assignment deadline is given, many of the students are not completed. One option is what mentor can zeros to everybody and go to the next module. We don't do that. We give additional time, right, to complete. So because once you complete only, you will be able to get placed. We can very well make it 0 and move on, but later what will happen? You will come and blame us, saying that, hey, you're not, I'm not getting placed, you are responsible, right? So we are having a very, very hard, responsibility in our hands, because we are taking responsibility for your career, right? So what we do is that we give additional time to the students, right? Because of it, this course duration gets pushed, maybe let us say, 7 months, 8 months, right? Okay, 1 year and all, definitely it's not a fair thing, right? Maybe somebody is telling incorrect information about it, right? That's clear. Okay. My request is, do not see it as a delay, because our mentors are with you. They're invested in you. They're spending time with you. Okay. So please see it as a investment from your side, how you can utilize that time and then get placed. Okay. What Arshi is asking, what are the designations for an embedded engineer? Depends on the company. Some say firmware engineer, design engineer, embedded engineer, right? It depends on the company. Okay. Course duration I already clarified. STM we already clarified. Recording we clarified. IDV, Pixel Lab, address, somebody, mechanical back clarified. Degree. For online, how marks and placements are already clarified. Okay. Automotive sector, how to use systems. Surajit, automotive is, I would say, is one of the largest users of embedded systems are deployed. If you look at your car, right, how much changes it is going through internally, how many pieces of electronics coming in, that it's very evident, and it's going to go more. So automotive is one of these sectors. I'm not talking about the electric vehicles alone. I'm even talking about the existing gasoline engines, right? They do have a lot of embedded systems inside them. Okay. I think pretty much I clarified all the questions. Okay. Joel P. Jayakumar, will the new draft bill on reservation affect the placements? Okay, it's getting controversial, I guess. That's the draft. I don't see so. Okay, because there's already that bill has been put on hold. Okay, I just need to worry about it, right? Okay. Okay, I think most we have okay. I think I reply pretty much. I think I've answered almost all the questions. Some has come towards the down, I guess. Let me see how we can take. Okay. So timing to offline classes, it depends. Classes starts as early as 7:30 a.m. Classes go, towards the end, towards in the evening time. So guys, the video has gone off to optimize the audio quality. Okay. Let me see. Hope it comes back soon. So that's the time. 7:30 to 6:30 is the timeline. You will be assigned any 3 to 3.5 hour slot in between. Okay, Rajkumar. Okay. Counselors are saying we want placement for non-circuitous branches, but I don't think so. I don't know who was going to you like that, Barnidhar. Yeah. Again, the non-circuit branches we placed. See, there could be some things, recently it might have happened where, the non-circuit branches, in terms of the selection, there could be some reduction, right? But that is not correct. I don't know whom we spoke. Let me also take a note and then check with them. Because we do place non-circuit students also. Bharanidharan, is it? Okay. Then your Shweta is asking, sir, in the period, how could you give hope to students that you got 100% placement? See, question is very simple, Shweta. When I say 100% placement, kindly know what we are saying, what we mean by that, right? Okay. So you do our courses, you do our labs properly, and we are lining up opportunities for you to get 100% placed, right? So because of recession, the opportunities have come down. I already showed you the graph in the beginning of the webinar, right? Saying that there is a challenge that all of us are facing. So because of this, some of the students getting placed in the past batches are also getting delayed, okay? Because of the opportunities. That's a fact, right? I cannot hide and run away from that, right? So telling is, as long as you follow that, definitely you'll get 100%, because recession may come and go. What we can only control the skill build. So when you say 100% placement, it is the skill building perspective. As long as you do that, do all the assignments properly, do the projects properly, the mock interviews, clear the modules, attend the preparation session, definitely 100% guaranteed. Because companies are coming, students are getting placed. Okay, maybe because of this session, it may get a little delayed. The guy who's getting placed in the 4th month might get placed in 5th or 6th month because the opportunities are ready, right? But companies continue to, and if companies are coming up with for the number of companies have come down, the number of opportunities are still there. Okay? So because of it, some timeline level differences, but students getting placed. Please understand. Okay. I think I already clarified salary related thing, Jatin. PCB design comes under embedded. No, PCB design, hardware design, Nitish. Okay, doesn't come under embedded. Any use giving in middle of offline classes for any personal reason. See, Raj Kamal, we don't generally allow leaves because we want you to be regular with the classes and labs, right? Because if you miss it, it's not like, some theory class we can make up certain things. Okay. So this is pretty much a practical session. So we don't, don't basically allow any reason. But yeah, if there is some genuine reason, our counselors will decide. Okay. Like homesick. Okay, Raj Kamal, come on, man, grow up. Okay. Homesick, love failure and all, we cannot give leaves. Okay. You need to be serious for your course. Is there any discount on single shot payment? Again, get in touch with our counselors, Ritesh. They will be able to answer you. Okay. Let me check any other question. Okay. This is from Srijit. So how do you guys guide us by placement? If suppose I'm an online, see, I think already, Mubeen clarified. The guidance will remain the same, whether you are an online student or offline student, in terms of mock interviews, in terms of your preparation sessions. Thing happens to the same for the online and offline batches, right? Okay. Second question: can you say that whether there are embedded companies in Tamil Nadu? Yes, there are. In fact, they're based out of Chennai. In Chennai, there should be more number of companies. So I did not use the Tamil Nadu or Chennai in my references in the previous thing, because if you look at a few years back, right, Chennai used to be having more number of embedded companies, right? But offline, what happened? Chennai has moved more towards SaaS and application development company. Meantime, places like Pune, NCR have picked up. Okay. But yeah, Chennai-based companies are coming. For example, company like Data Patterns, American Megatrends. The drive is going on, which is one of the major recruitment company that they do from us. L&T Chennai hires from us, right? Yeah, there are companies from Tamil Nadu. Okay. What's the act for the course? I think Mubeen has already clarified in the video on LMS. It's one LMS access is for 2 years. Let me see. Pram have already contacted me demanding 44,000 for single shot payment. I'm not able to for 44,000. I'm okay with 40,000 single shot. Ritesh, can you discuss with the counselor? Okay, I'm the right person for this. Okay. Okay. Are you able to hear me, guys? The video looks like. Am I audible to all of you?
It's kind of breaking at times, Jay. Otherwise
Okay.
Otherwise, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay. Because I am sitting in near to the laptop only. Connection actually it switched off video because to improve the audio quality. I think that should be fine. Let me see. Okay. I think we answered all the questions. All right. So let me go back to the third set of the session today about placements from the process point of view, and then certification. We'll cover that. Again, hope we answered options. In case there's a chat window, a lot of questions are there. In case we are not able to something not answered, etc., just type it once again. Okay. I hope I have answered. Okay. Okay. So let me check with your case, Bharanidharan. Okay. All right. Let me share my screen now. Sir, are you able to see my screen? Can you just confirm once in the chat? Is my screen visible, guys? Okay.
It's visible, yes.
Okay. So let me, go to the placement section, because the course section has already explained. So how the placement, this is the process. Basically, as soon as you join the course, you'll be added into a Google group. and then you need to go modules. After you come the data structures module, that is the fourth module. To the fourth module, you will be, our mentors will be putting you through the placement eligibility process, which will consist of mock interviews and the eligibility test. You need to clear and then start applying for placements. That's the second step. And then we'll do the internal thing, because sometimes students, they may not be eligible, but they will still apply. We'll filter them out and share it with the companies. Then the company will further shortlist and apply, and then notify us. Then the written test and interview will happen. Then the offer release, and then onboarding. It's a general process. Here, some of the points I would like to clarify. All the companies recruiting from would give the joining date immediately. Okay? Not like delayed joining, because companies come to us with the with the project. So they will be giving immediate joining dates. One thing, this could be some constraint for working professionals who are having notice period. That can be worked out, right? It means you can, companies will wait in case we have a notice period. But if you're a fresher, you are available, they will expect you to join immediately. Point number one. Second thing is, there can be a possibility where student before the course gets over, right? Let us say they completed the 5th module, another one or two modules, they get placed. So what happens is, since they join immediately, there is a chance that they may miss 1 or 2 modules. So for them, we give them opportunity to come to the online course again. They are an offline student, and the evening batch is available, so that you can join that particular batch and then continue the pending module. Okay, so those are all the aspects with respect to the placements. Okay, so let me just show you how our Google groups look, how it is getting applied on. So let me share one Google group now. Give me a minute, I'm just sharing. Okay, hope you're able to see my desk. Okay, share. Let me just show you. So this is how our Google Groups looks. You can see there, the applications, how it's getting floated, etc. Right. So today, for example, 2 applications got floated. Right. Every day you can see that 2, 3 like that. Companies are somebody getting placed. Right. Some application came, who got shortlisted. Right. You can see here some webinar, etc. Right. The entire information is available here. You can see here, right? Okay. And then whatever the application that is there, everything will be made clear to you. For example, let me check the GL communication, right? This is the application. What is the module you should have completed, right? IoT students, this thing, right? There are no percentage criteria, but they want 2022 3 only, and this is the salary range they're offering. No bond. What is the mode, right? Etc. Etc. When you can apply. So the entire information will be clearly mentioned to you in every email that is here. Okay. Mentioned here. So this is an example of how our placement process works. And in the similar lines, I also want to show you guys about the certification, because some of you might have been, might have heard that we are an affiliated institution with Skill India. So basically, Skill India is an organization which is part of Government of India. One second, let me just share you that. So they run certification programs, and we are affiliated with them. So students who are part of this course, we are actually aligned at level 5. So students who are part of this particular program can apply for the certification from Skill India as well. We are one of the affiliated institution. Let me share, how the certification looks. So this is an example certificate of the Skill India. You can see there. So this, please note, in order to get this particular certificate, right, you need to basically, okay, 1 second. Let me just. Okay. Basically, you need to appear for a evaluation with the Skill India. So we can apply after the, for example, all the modules are getting over, and then the panel from ESSCI, the Electronic Skill Sector Council of India, which comes under Skill India and NSDC, will come and evaluate you, and then they'll give you the certificate. And that evaluation is scheduled on a Saturday, that too on an online mode, so that by then good number of the students would have got already placed, right? So that they can take it from the online certification mode. So this is an example. Again, this is not so keen from a placement point of view, but what we are seeing is that from a recognition point of view, Government of India, right, it makes a lot of difference. And recently we are seeing a lot of our past alumni come and take up the certificate. Maybe after they pass out, after 2-3 years down the line, they come and take up, maybe for applying for higher studies or applying for abroad jobs, etc. This is internationally valid also. And of course, we also give certificate from Emertxe side also. This is an additional opportunity for you to get the Government of India certified program. Let me come there. Okay, I think we pretty much covered all the FAQs, certifications, and course dates. So kindly note, this is the our course dates. 26th July, we are starting an online regular course, and 30th July we are starting an offline course, and 2nd August we are starting online evening course. So these are all the dates for this month. And typically we start courses towards the end of the month, last week you can say. So after we close admissions for July month, we will announce dates for August, even though the 2nd August is just the beginning, right? So we kind of consider that also as a July batch only, right? And here are the contact details: training@emertxe.com and 809-555-7332. That's a common number and email ID. You can dial this number or email to our counselors. We'll reach them. Definitely one of them will respond and let you know. Okay. And we are in Insta and LinkedIn. I don't know how many of you are following. Let me run a poll and then see. We're kind of almost done. Let me run a poll again. Are you following us in Insta and LinkedIn? Yes. Any one of them or both, right? Okay. Just vote. Are you already following or not? In case if you're not following, you can do that. Some of you are telling no, some of you are telling yes. Let me wait for a minute. Okay. I think most of you have voted. Let me just publish. In case if you're not, these are all the URLs in my screen. So please scan it or got a QR code, take a photograph. You can follow. They say like, share, and subscribe. Okay. So that we will be able to get updates from us. And if you're located in Bangalore, we are in MG Road near the metro station. It's number 83 Farah Towers, first floor. And you can come and meet our counselors in case you want to take a face-to-face counseling. Okay. So let me check if any questions are there. Let me go and share. Okay. Karsh is asking, sir, if you want to talk to you, can you give me details to contact you? Unfortunately, not, Arsh, because if you give access, I would love to, because I started interacting with students also a lot these days. But if you give, I will get flooded, right? Numbers get distributed. You please talk to our counselors. They should be able to help you. In worst case, they're not able to, you can ask them to connect to me. Okay? Sometimes I do pick up calls. I can answer, but they should be able to help you. And we also have senior counselors, Miss Rekha is there, Asma is there. They should be able to clarify. Is there any batch from next month? Ranjani asking. Yes, I already told you every month there will be batches towards the last week. These are all July dates. Once we close the admission for July dates, we'll publish the August dates. So can I call my counselor tomorrow for my query? So don't worry, Bharanidharan. I already taken your name. Okay. I will arrange a call back from them. Okay. You don't need to call. They will call you. I taken down your query already. They will call you. Is there any difference between an online and offline? I already clarified. Okay. After joining, is it possible to move offline to online? See, Nitish, we are not encouraging that. Okay, we are not encouraging that because some of the students are taking it as an advantage to not to come to the physical classes. So that's why we are kind of reserved about doing that. What are the international companies approach Emertxe? I already told. I think you are referring to MNCs, right? You can look into all the logos there. You can go to social media. I already showed that, right? I think good number of them come. If I tell that it will be too long a list, I would suggest Deepthi go and check the website or social media itself. Right? All right. Okay. Is there any more questions? Let me see. What is the max number of students in a batch, Kunal? If it is a physical class, even online also, we restrict around 40, 45 is the number that we take per class. In case there are more students, we divide them into different batches. Okay. Our placement guaranteed, I think I already clarified this question, Prabhav. Okay. How many students per class? I think it's clarified. I just answered. Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, cool. I think I have answered all the questions. Okay. All right. So the kind of we come to an end of the session now. So thank you very much for all of you to listening to this session and asking so many questions. Okay, there are some more questions here. Let me take. How many students per class? How many premium package company are with you? Aditya, I already clarified. Go and check. Okay, all the data is available. Premium companies also keep changing. Whatever premium companies are this month, that will change next month. Go and check our calendar, website. Everything is there. Okay, times of online classes, again, similar to offline classes only, Kunal, but that may not start as early as 7:30. I think the day batch starts from 9:30. Evening classes start at 6 p.m. Right? Evening batches times are fixed because there's more working professionals, do that. So morning 9:30 to 6:30, you will be given a 3-hour slot for a online regular batch. Right? Online evening batch class starts at 6 to 7 lab, 7 to 9 is the class. Okay, is it possible to move from online to offline? Yes, it's possible. I'm 2021 password. Can I get placement from MNC? Yes, you can. Okay. A lot of stories I showed in the beginning, right? So many people from the older batches also able to crack companies. You can. Okay. So I could not follow you with the question. Can we move to offline after starting it online? I live in Kolkata. You can do that. Okay. You can do that. But kindly note, there's a fee difference between online and offline. Okay. You need to pay up the delta so that you can move offline. Offline fee slightly higher than the online. Please talk to your counselors. They will be able to guide you. Shradeep. When should call be arranged if you need more assistance from your team? You can call them, right? Anytime. Morning 9:30 to 6:30, they're available. You already have the number. You can call them. Okay. I don't think, since the Bharanidharan's question was very specific, I told I'll arrange a call back, right? If you can call them anytime, whatever the number I given, right? So Bharanidharan is asking, will you speak Tamil, sir? That's a good question. So that's my mother tongue, Bharanidharan, right? But I can speak almost all the South Indian languages. I've been living in Bangalore for 23 years now. But yeah, my mother tongue is Tamil. Course fee structure, I already explained. Better talk to counselors. Offline classes, discuss. Yeah, I think Viyat, I already answered your question. What if I get placed in the middle of the course? That also I clarified. You move to the online class. Kindly share the recordings of the session on WhatsApp. Yes, no worries. They will email you. Demarupula. Okay, they will email you. They will take a day or two to basically initially we're doing some hi hello, right? They'll cut that portion. Rest of the thing they'll go. They'll put it in the YouTube also, and then they'll email you. In fact, you can go and see in the YouTube all the past course demo webinars will be there openly. Right? This also will go live, and then they'll share the link to you. Right? Do BTech 8th semester student can join still pursuing? Yes, Tahir, you can do that. And we also encourage if you do that, because by the time you complete your engineering and you reach your final year, right, you'll be way ahead in the competition, right? So that way you can do that. But kindly note, you can start applying for the placements only after you complete your degree, because companies would expect you to produce a provisional degree certificate. Okay. So, but anyways, by the time you finish your course, start getting placements, right, it will be fine. But I recommend if you are in 8th semester, go ahead and join. That's very good. Srijit is asking, sir, I missed the first 40 minutes of the session. Can you give it just a bit? So Srijit, you can see the recorded video, but what we covered was mainly the job market, how it went, right? What are the trends that we are seeing in the job market, how Emertxe is doing with respect to job market, the graphs, right? What are all the success stories that students have achieved? That is what pretty much I cover in the initial, 40 minutes, and then some introduction and stuff, right? You can look into the video. In fact, we look into the past course demo webinar videos also. Just go to YouTube, type Emertxe, you'll find everything there. Don't worry, this also will reach you. Okay. What are the timings of offline class? We can do that. What is the number to call them? I think I already shared, no? Let me also put, if you guys want, once again, our counseling team detail. I'll just put the number because been question from Viyat. So Viyat, I'm just putting a number. You can call them. Any doubt sessions will be in Hindi language. Okay. Somebody's asking Tamil, somebody's asking Hindi, right? See, Jatin, what we do is our medium of instruction is English. Okay. All the classes, labs will be held in English. If the mentor knows a language beyond English and you also understand that language, to give you a comfort, they may speak in that language. Okay. They may. I cannot force them, right? And somebody will say, no, I'll only stick to English. We cannot force them, right? But for example, if somebody is very comfortable in Hindi, I'm comfortable in Hindi, for example. I used to talk with the students in Hindi, right? Like that, it can happen. Similarly, it could be any language, right? It purely depends on the mentor. Okay? But kindly note, because some students come and ask me, can you take the class in Hindi, right? That is not possible. Right? Okay. Hope that's clear, Jatin. Okay. How AI technology is connected with embedded, sir, calls Ajit. Ajit, we recently did a reel for your information. Let me just show you. Go to Emertxe Instagram to answer this. We did quite a detailed reel on that. Let me just show you the screen. You can go and click this reel later. Okay. If you come to our Instagram page, hope this is visible, right? Screen is visible, all of you. Is my screen visible to all of you? Ajit?
Yes, Jay, it's visible.
Okay. So if you come down, or rather directly click on Reels, you can see here, right? Come down, where is that? Will AI take away my job, right? Or rather, I would copy paste this reel in the group also. Our team has given a very crisp and very nice answer on that. Just go through this reel, Ajit. You will get an answer. All right. Any other questions, queries, guys? It's 9:15. I know we typically take some more time to ensure all your questions are answered. Any other questions? Hope you answered all. Kunal is asking, sir, how is Emertxe better than other institute? Somebody told some other institute name and asked me. See, Kunal, what we believe. See, you guys talk about all thing about placements and all, right? So what we believe in is genuinely skilling our students and getting the outcome from them. If you ask me, Mubeen, right, who's heading the entire technical team, what is his number one goal, right? To deliver quality trainings and ensure that students are producing output. Okay. Kindly note, right? You are need to produce output. So our mentors will do all it takes to produce output from you. That is what I would say for the 20 years. Our belief system has been, okay. That's where I would say, I don't say whether we are better than other or not, but that is what we believe in. Okay. Hope it's clear. Right? Again, I don't want to compare with X or Y, right? This is what we believe in. Okay. All right. So thank you very much for all of you. Let me float the last poll of the day. How did you find the session? Can you please rate? Was it? Okay, many of you voted. Thank you very much for that. 3, 4, 5. Okay, still it's going on. So can you also share some feedback, type some few words? How did you find this session? Was it helpful to you? Did it clarify your questions? Right? Did it clarify your questions? Anything? All right. Let me also see any of the words that you've written here. Any other comments, feedback? Okay, let me publish the result. All of you. All right. I think there's still questions about Shubham. What is the price of the course? I already clarified, Dr. Counselors. So thank you very much, guys. Okay, finally, there's one more question. Ashwakulla, how Qt framework is useful in embedded domain? See, Qt is one of the framework used to develop graphical user interfaces, and it's very lightweight and platform independent. So areas like automotive, industrial control systems, whenever you want to see a dashboard, whenever you want to see certain live things, the UI part of it, Qt has been broadly used, and since it's an embedded terminal, right, they can run that application as a part of that. Ashwakulla. Okay. Timings I already clarified. How much you year by selling these courses, Srijit? Okay, you want to know my bank balance? Okay, come on, man. Ask some fair questions in the webinar. Okay, why are you bothered about all those things? You do your business, no? We take care of our business. Any other questions? Any other questions? All right. I think we'll close it. So thank you very much for asking these questions. This video will reach you. Our counseling team will also available. I already shared the number. So all the best to all of you. Thank you very much. Bye.